Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Social Lot in YouTube account. This week on the Social Media Weekly, we're talking about Facebook changing the way you consider your sense of self-worth. We're talking about Google winning a major case when it comes to the right to be forgotten, and we're talking about WhatsApp payments coming soon. Let's get started. So the first story we have for you today is about a major decision in the right to be forgotten law. So if you didn't know, the right to be forgotten law is a law in the European Union where if you have any sensitive information about you on the internet, you can request Google to take down links which point to that sensitive information. For example, in the case of a victim of a sexual assault. So anyway, in 2014, the European Union passed the right to be forgotten law. In 2016, the CNIL, the French privacy watchdog, asked Google to remove all of these sensitive links from all of their search engines across the world. If you didn't know, Google has different versions of their search engines in different parts of the world. CNIL also fined Google $110,000 pocket change for Google. Anyway, Google appealed this decision, and in 2019, this year, they won it in the highest court in the European Union, which has basically said that if you have sensitive information and you have links to that information on Google, then Google is only bound to remove this inside the European Union. The next story we are talking about is Google's new treatment of the snippets feature. A snippet is a little bit of description that appears under a URL on a search result. Google has now given new tools to webmasters to control how their snippet appears on Google search results. For example, in your X robots tag on your website, you can do the following 4 things now. 1. You can control the length of the snippet. 2. You can control whether a snippet should be shown at all. 3. You can control the duration of the video, and 4. You can control the image size. There is a link in the description right next to that like button to the complete story. The third story we have for today is about Google's new treatment of structured data, specifically breadcrumb structured data. So if you didn't know, in 2015, Google rolled out structured data using schema.org. It is markup that can be added to your website so that Google can better understand the content on your website. You can add schema.org markup to your website, and Google will know that the content on your website is a movie and will display it accordingly. Breadcrumbs are small bits of information that tell Google which particular category that particular item of content on your website belongs to. If, for example, you're going to a product page, it tells you what categories that particular product falls under. Anyway, so Google this week rolled out a feature inside Search Console where they tell you if you have any issues in your breadcrumbs on your website, and consequent to that, they sent out emailers to all webmasters telling them that they did in fact have issues with their breadcrumbs. Even if you're using the wildly popular Yoast SEO plugin, it turns out that you have issues in your breadcrumbs due to conflicts of plugins. The next story we have for you today is really interesting. It's about Facebook.com. So on September 27th in Australia, Facebook is testing a new feature where they will hide the number of likes on a particular post. So they will tell you that a post has been liked by a friend and others. If you want, you can click on that other section and then manually count up the number of likes to give you your sense of self-worth. Apparently, Facebook is doing this so that people can relax about the number of likes on their posts. We'll see how this one plays out. There is a link in the description to the complete story. Our final story of the day has to do with WhatsApp payments. So Ajit Mohan is the new vice president of Facebook in India and the managing director. I'm using the word new because Facebook has had multiple vice presidents over the past years. Every time there is a new scandal, one steps down and the new one comes up. Anyway, he did an interview recently where he was talking about data localization, WhatsApp payments, and investments in startups. WhatsApp payments is particularly interesting because it is currently being tested by over 1 million users in India. Facebook apparently is waiting for approval from the government, and it should roll out any day now, which means you will be able to use your WhatsApp account and your bank account to do P2P payments and payments to businesses. This is a huge industry for WhatsApp. Let's see how it pans out. There is a link in the description. That's about it for this week's episode, guys. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, drop your comments down below, subscribe to the Social Lot channel on YouTube, ring that notification bell so that you never miss a video, and we will see you guys in the next week's episode.